Matt Crafton with a big push down the back.
Hailie Deegan. Contact. It had been a very solid night for Hailie. She had run inside the top 10 much of the first two stages. Let's see if we can tell how it started. Oh, way in the back.
Yeah, really hard to see what happened there.
How difficult is it to see when you go through that speedy draw? I mean, from
I think
our
it's worse.
It looks like it's really difficult.
I think it's worse from the perspective we see here on TV, but definitely it's hard to see through that. But you got to remember, it's only 2 or 3 seconds, and you're essentially going straight. If nothing happens in front of you, see her, it has a pretty big impact she had on that inside wall.
She had an onboard camera. We get a look at how difficult it is to see. Here you go. I think that wasn't an issue at all.
I don't know if someone got into the back of her.
I think the trucks around her, maybe Jordan Anderson saw all the speedy dry and maybe boxed out of the throttle, and she
way through turn 6, up onto the oval portion of the track. Hailie Deegan has gone off course.
It's going to be hard for her to get rolling as much rain as we've had. Can the racers get back to the white flag? That's the question.
Ben Rhodes with Parker Kligerman. And there's a big crash.
Hailie Deegan involved.
17. The 24 of Lassard involved.
Truex in the 40.
Sheldon Creed looked like he may have gotten a little contact as well, but Lassard is big time damaged.
We saw 4 wide throughout the field right there. It can only run like...
He was involved in that one as well.
Look at that. Just tried to go down. You don't know if the spotter cleared him or if he just said, I can make it. And it was a terrible. Look at that job by Austin Wayne Self slipping around the outside in the 22. That was awesome.
Truex just didn't have anywhere to go. There's that right side damage on Hailie Deegan's truck. Great job from our guys behind the cameras catching it.
Sometimes you make bold moves and you wish you hadn't made them, and that's certainly the case there for the 24 truck of Lassard.
Coming back to Bristol, the trucks on the dirt.
Dive in and run into the one. You see the one on the right side of the screen. Oh, she rolled up the hill, and Tate went higher into the hill, knocked his steering out when he got into the back of her. The 24 of Lassard. Keep an eye on Lassard. He's involved. It's because like the 52 of Friesen gets into Tanner Gray, and the 15 who gets into the 24 of Lassard. Now watch Lassard. He spun out, right? No, not so quick. And then that's how the one of Hailie Deegan got her damage. And Lassard kept it
off turn number 4. White flag goes in the air. One more lap. Sheldon Creed has a huge advantage as they race to 1.
When Ben Rhodes got crossed up, Creed was able to get away with the lead, and everybody else had to check up. Big lead off turn 2.
And we've got trouble on the front straightaway. Hailie Deegan has spun and impacted the inside retaining wall. The caution flag is out at Darlington, and here comes Sheldon Creed off of turn number 4. The yellow flag is out.
Restart, it's because the leader had already taken the white flag. So whatever flag came out next, whether it's the caution or the checkered flag, the race would end then. The leader, Sheldon Creed, well past the start-finish line by the time Hailie Deegan made the hard crash here on the front stretch.
You see the spin here between Fogelman as Fogelman goes around, and Hailie Deegan does as well, as they did a little door banging. Looked like Fogelman tried to squeeze in under her in the 20.
Watch Hailie. She gets sideways a little high off turn 4 and hits the wall and then bounces into Creed. That truck looks like it's I
mean, there's just not enough room.
No, there isn't. John Hunter goes around, and then Hailie just nowhere to go. Johnny Sauter.
Sauter, yeah. Partner Price Miller barely getting through. It kind of looked like, it's a busy interstate.
Overtime in Knoxville.
Chandler Smith did his job.
Oh, and there's the big pileup.
Oh, this is going to be ugly.
That's going to bring out the caution again. Oh boy, they're just piling in, unable to get stopped. It's turning into a caution is out again. Oh, and Austin Hill, the 16 involved along
exit, and he's out of the cruise. Like he lost track of the truck's handling, and
man,
Hailie had nowhere to go. That is such a tough call with all the different safer barriers now. Trucks, cars.
Hill winning at Homestead, Miami.
Yeah, that's late in the.
What he said before the race, he said, "I want my full sport teammates." Oh, and he goes
it's
around.
A big hit. Hocevar involved in it as well. Friesen is involved.
I'm just throwing my clipboard down right now.
Disaster.
Hocevar, his radiator has been dumped out on the track. Man, he tried too hard to block, but at the same time, there's.
Infinger goes out the blocking.
And the difference in speed between those two trucks is just significant.
From Derek Kraus in the outside lane, and here they come now as the third place truck also will shift to the outside lane with John Hunter Nemechek.
Boy, John Hunter Nemechek, itchy and ready to go to the front. Eckes throwing the block, contact, and around they go. Tyler Ankrum is the first one to go around, and we've got 10, 15, maybe 20 trucks involved right here at the start-finish line. It looked to be a block that went wrong right as they crossed the stripe and as the white flag was almost, if not displayed. We'll have to go back and look at it. Alex, I know you were looking at that.
Control here to our left of their broadcast booth, and they are huddled around the screens right now waiting to see. Zane Smith is the truck out front right now. He was the one that survived that, but a huge crash involving the majority of the field coming by the start-finish line. Just before we got there, they started to spin and crash. Question is, did the caution come out before the leader got to the start-finish line? Tyler Ankrum has climbed out of his battered truck. He will jump aboard the ambulance and take the mandatory trip to the infield care center. But as of right now, NASCAR Race Control still huddled around trying to see exactly when the caution flag came out and where the leader was at the time.
And they are bringing the trucks to a stop. Now, the caution flag remains out. So this is communication from NASCAR to the spotters back down to the drivers. We're still under the caution flag. The yellow lights are on and the yellow flag is out, but the entire field, that of them that are capable of making it around.
Who's going to win stage one?
Look at that off the track. Oh, there's a crash.
The 91 of Colby Howard has gone around. Still green. Now the caution has come out. And there's the damage to Colby Howard in that 91 truck. He had some help.
One of the trucks that stayed out on those older tires, Vince. Jack Wood as well. And Howard.
Yeah, it looked like Kyle went to the outside. Zane Smith is going to plug it in five wide. That is tough to do.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one room there. There's going to be some damage to that Zane Smith truck for sure. And there's Hailie sliding in there and just clipping.
Drew was penalized for shortcutting the S's. You can't have, when you go through the S's, you can't have all four tires below the rumble strip area. You can have two below, but once you get all four of them below, you're deemed to be shortcutting the course, and that's a penalty.
And that's a slippery slope, Andy, because if you get forced down there, you know, you're like, well, I was racing the guy and he crowded me over there. But that's the area.
Hailie Deegan.
He's had a tough day.
Still green. Deegan's going to be able to get it rolling, so they'll stay green.
She might be pulling off there. That looks like it's crabbing to the left or to the right there.
Turn the wheel at all? I can't turn. I mean, I can.
So if she's going to stay parked there, that'll ultimately bring out the caution. But right now, we
can see a couple of spinners, and then Hailie, you can see that right front just took the brunt of the blow.
That's too rough.
Nice job.
He's not going to give up any ground.
Chastain with a couple of wins in the Cup Series this season. Oh, big accident. Hailie Deegan involved. Chase Purdy, Tanner Gray, Austin Wayne Self.
See how dark that left rear tire is? And I think it just goes down. And
Austin Wayne Self had nowhere to go. Oh, Todd Bodine barely gets by.
Oh, man, this is going to be a big hit for Purdy. Look at that.
Hailie came along with nowhere to go as well in that one truck.
Look at the job that Timmy Hill does, knifing through there.
Jack Wood also. Jesse Little getting through there. Danny Bone.
Just a shame that these guys all come together in turn 4. Nothing Purdy could do once hit. Just hang on.
Well, there were some innocent bystanders collected in that one.
Certainly were.
Unfortunate for Hailie Deegan as well, who hasn't caught many breaks this season.
Chris Wright in the 44 did a nice job of slipping through there. Got any major damage?
Cup regulars to make up during this, but this is Majeski. This is his shot here.
Oh, this could be a caution.
Dirt tracking for Hailie Deegan, and that is bringing out the caution.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Unfortunate for Deegan. Qualified in the top 10, all the way in the back, the top of the screen.
I thought I saw her with some contact, and she just loses a right rear tire there. And so I think when the truck went around up in 7, must have clipped her, and eventually the tire failed.
That's a horrible place to have a right rear tire fail. There's no tire wall. There's no safer barrier there. That's quite a wallop.
She was fine, though. We heard her talking to her crew. She wasn't sure what happened. And it doesn't look like that. The right front's down. I don't know. Doesn't look like the right rear's soft.
Right front is down, but I think she's going to be able to make it back around.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he was definitely behind her. Max Gutierrez in that 22, that black truck. And I'm sure they were all just pushing, trying to get people going. See, there he is right there. He was a little to the right of center. That may have been what turned her sideways. You see Derek.
Super costly. But Hailie Deegan is into the wall, and that's going to bring out the caution. And now it's that crew chief decision you guys were talking about.
They had creeped up into the 28s, Vince, the last couple of laps. 28.05 was the lap.
Remember, at the top of the show, we had a green-white checker shootout. Sheldon Creed went from 9th to the win in about a lap.
That's heavy.
So under those in that circumstance, you're coming, right? It was 15 to go?
Yeah, I'm coming.
I think so. I think I'm coming.
I learned something from my friend Steve.
If we could get a replay on what happened with Hailie Deegan.
Cut a left front. Yeah. So there's some damage to the left front. She must have had contact prior to this.
Yeah, the Goodyear letters are rubbed off that tire, so obviously had contact with somebody, but pretty significant contact with the outside safer barrier. Was able to continue driving the truck around. So.
Frustrating finish to the season for Hailie Deegan.
Yeah, that's terminal damage to that.
Take that to the garage.
One truck.
On that 9 truck, just behind our leader, Tyler Ankrum, Colby Howard has been bouncing around a lot.
Oh, Daniel dies around.
And the caution is out. This will be our 4th one of the night. First one for incident.
Clay Greenfield, the 84 truck is involved. This looked like Hailie Deegan, the 13. Got a piece of that. That's Dean Thompson in the 5. We saw fire out from under the back of that truck.
Greenfield was a big mover. He had driven all the way from the back of the pack up to 11th at the end of that first stage.
Yeah, terminal damage right there on that truck.
Needs to give it up. That's what happened. In the middle lane back there, the blue and white car, there's the truck of Clay Greenfield, the blue and yellow one. See what happens to Clay, because right behind him is Daniel Dye, and Daniel was about, oh, Clay just gets loose.
Yeah, he kind of got squeezed a little bit in the middle, got loose. And all these other trucks just a victim of circumstances.
Daniel Dye almost got through there.
And you talked, Phil, we talked just a bit ago about the tri-oval not being as banked as much as the corner. It's easy to get loose through there. And that's exactly what happened to Greenfield.
Looked like Clay moved up the racetrack just a little bit and maybe made some slight contact with a truck on the outside, and then looks like he may have lost control. And these other trucks with nowhere to go. There's Hailie Deegan, the 13, the 5 of Dean Thompson, and the Rackley truck of DiBenedetto.
You think about those drivers and teams that elected not to pit at the end of stage 1, gain that track position. This is the kind of mess you can avoid when you establish a position at the front. We know accidents can happen anywhere here.
From first and second, they can. Yeah.
But when you're up there, you minimize the chances of getting involved in something like this.
Man, that's a mess. Look at them bouncing off each other.
Hailie Deegan.
John Hunter Nemechek.
John Hunter Nemechek. He goes into the wall.
I think Ross Chastain got a piece of that as well.
And the caution is out for the 6th time tonight.
Well, you had to know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was just too crazy back there.
Carson Hocevar wins stage number 2.
They made it 1 lap. They didn't make it 2.
Christian Eckes is trying to get on the outside of Hailie, and they stuff it 4 wide. Does John Hunter, and this is where it all goes wrong.
It's John Hunter and Hailie got together there.
Look at Ross.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right there into the nose of John Hunter Nemechek and kept going.
But not hard contact. You can see a little bit of damage.
This is where it probably goes bad for Crafton.
Oh, man.
Was that Hailie Deegan in the 13?
Yeah, Hailie Deegan just hit him in the left rear.
That's his teammate.
Multiple things happen at one time, and this is what happened here.
Wow, they were running in the top 10.
Yeah, and you saw Hailie's truck start to bounce right there, and what happens when you get too low.
Really.
Obviously going to be a great view from our on-track reporter, Daniel Dye, as usual. Looks like maybe, is that Johnny Sauter? Maybe the white truck gets to the inside of Hailie and they make a little bit of contact. What a job that Jake Garcia did, as well as Daniel Dye. Poor qualifying effort, and right now running 4th.
Bam. Hailie, unfortunately, was the wrong place at the wrong time and got hit there. She just didn't look like she didn't try to make the turn so much. Looked like there was room for him to go low. Maybe her brakes.
And I think there's Chris Wright making contact. I think Dean was expecting her to turn down in the corner, take a normal arc into the corner, and
didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
Wonder if Daniel Dye was anywhere in the area.
You know, he
probably shock him. Just got loose off the corner. Look at the great job by Dean Thompson. Is that him up top?
Yes, in the 5.
And Hailie made a great move. She was way down off the racetrack, but unfortunately Zane kept coming off the racetrack and made contact with her.
See Raja dive down to the inside. I'm not so sure all 4 of his tires didn't come off the ground as he makes the jump over the infield turf. Watch this right here.
Great battle up front. There's battles all over the racetrack on this side. Hailie Deegan gets a shove. She'll bring out the caution as she slams the outside wall in turn 3.
The brakes, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
The 2.
Yeah, it looked like Nick Sanchez got into the back of Hailie. And really a vulnerable position too. Maximum speed right as you're entering the corner. I didn't say she was okay.
See what?
It's 3 wide in front of them, so obviously that's going to jumble things up. And watch Nick there with a 2 truck. Right there was just a little bit of touch on the right rear corner, it looked like.
Yeah, that totally avoidable. I don't know if she didn't drive in as far as he thought she might, but you can't just run over someone.
Wow,
watch
Nick
this hit
Sanchez.
here.
That's just
all 4 tires up off the ground.
Playoffs, he's going to have to win. Being scored right now back there in that 20th spot.
It's a 45 of Lawless Allen. He had a bit of a moment over in 1 and 2.
Speaking of which, 13, Hailie Deegan. Jack Wood around the outside in the 51. He has contact. Caution is out. First time denied at lap 5.
Man. Looked like Hailie just got a little bit loose under Lawless Allen. Jack Wood with absolutely nowhere to go. Hopefully not too much damage to the front of that 51.
To go get you a position. Here's the replay of what happened.
She just got in and hit the apron. We saw that in qualifying. A couple of trucks did that. Wood was on his way to be clear, and then the 45 truck of Allen just right up the road in front of him. You can see right there, she hits the apron.
And her truck was loose even before she got up into the 45 of Lawless Allen. As you mentioned, Jack did a great job avoiding Hailie, and then Lawless came up the racetrack right in his path.
You know who did a really good job here? Jake Drew in the 66, making his first ever start. And that bright green Ford for Thorsport dove to the inside, no contact. He was right there where all of that was.
Hailie Deegan's going.
Deegan drifting straight into the beach.
That's the keyhole right there, I think.
Keep it going, Hailie.
She might be all right.
Yeah. So far, so good on our spins. And
Really
going
fortunate.
again.
Really fortunate.
Just have to maintain, get through these first few laps of this race.
Look at that four-wheel drift off that turn. So we see a replay of Hailie. Just brakes locked up on her. Maybe a little bit of a wheel hop. She tried to battle it.
Yeah, just a little bit of too much rear brake for the conditions, possibly.
Hailie Deegan off. She was inside the top 20. There goes Landon Lewis. We saw him off the road.
Hailie Deegan was knocking on the door for a top 10, but she's had a couple runoffs here.
Years ago, we did have a driver come from a lap down after getting the free pass to go to victory lane. So that scenario can play out. And hey, there is the caution. Dean Smith goes for Dean Smith. My gosh, the college basketball coach.
Check out what happens a little bit late here. Don't know if he got any help, but he was sort of all by himself. Don't know if somebody got into him entering the corner. Maybe there was.
Well, that's Hailie.
There.
That's Hailie right behind him.
And they were racing each other.
Landon Lewis, Greg Van Alst, and Hailie Deegan. As you take a look at Greg Van Alst's truck, Landon Lewis there.
Up the top of the
very
screen.
top of your screen.
And a slide already.
Looked like maybe the 04 was into the outside wall.
Was that SVG late into? No, that's the 20.
That was
Van Alst.
Van Alst. 16 might have got a little piece as well.
It's a bit there. That was a mess.
Here we go, 3 wide. Look at Garza Ozabar not giving up. Caution, though, out for the 5th time in turn 1. Oh, Hailie Deegan. Huge hit for her.
I already had a lot of damage on both sides of her truck from that early incident over in turn 3, but that might do it in right there.
So frustrating for her. Had a good run here last year. Short tracks, dirt tracks. Let's see what happened here.
Landon Lewis's 04 was right behind Hailie. Don't know, maybe there might
be trouble on the front stretch.
Caution comes out for the 4th time. That's Colby Howard in the 9.
Like a little left front damage.
Some flat tires.
And some right front damage.
Yeah, it looks like he might have maybe got into the inside wall with the front end of that truck.
Maybe just squeezed out. There's another truck with some damage. Hailie Deegan after her pit road issue. Looks like those trucks got together, probably trying to squeeze into a spot that wasn't there, like you said Hocevar had done the lap before.
I think they'll be able to repair that truck, just clearance that left.
There's a replay what happened on the front stretch. This was back in the 23rd spot.
Yeah, they were 4 wide there in back of the bike. It looked like Colby Howard probably got into the outside wall.
Oh, somebody squeezed up. That was Hailie squeezing up.
And then moved away and got into the right rear quarter panel of Colby Howard, put him in the outside wall.
Luckily, not much damage. Who's actually trying to squeeze?
For the 6th time for this. The 66, Connor Jones.
I think it's Jake Drew in the 61 truck.
See where this began.
Looked like Connor Jones just drove in there and ran into the 61 of Jake Drew. You see Hailie Deegan turn around there. Nearly hit by the 20, I think, of Nick Lights.
Big crashes tonight, huh?
They have been.
Tonight, it's going to be Sam Mayer in the 1.
Well, there's another car involved.
That is not good.
Kyle Weatherman, the 91.
Trying to figure out how those other 2 cars got caught up in that.
It looked like the white car. Is that
Hailie Deegan?
Is that Hailie?
I thought it was the 15.
Yes, it is. She might have been part of the start of that. I think her hood was bent up when we saw.
She arrived, yeah.
Yeah, when we saw Sam the first time.
Crash for him, and tonight eliminated
pretty hard
early.
hit right there.
Boy, that was a hard hit.
You don't like to see those angles.
Difficult.
You can't see 2 cars ahead of you, so it's just tough. See the fire come out the exhaust, somebody let off, and bam.
Figured out as the caution comes out off of turn 2. Hailie Deegan.
Second one of the night. 15 is Hailie Deegan.
Get fired if you can.
Dawson Cram is there in the 4.
That thing doesn't look good. It's all right. Martinsville. Rip that bumper off.
Cool that left front tire.
Cool the left front tire.
And we're
not like it's cold enough.
Fair. Trying to find positives.
Here's what's interesting. Caution, 25 to go in the stage, and the door could be open for a little strategy, maybe somebody flipping it, as we go back and see exactly what brought out the caution here.
Yeah, hard to say whether he was getting pushed from behind or was that Poole behind Deegan, but she was pinching the 44 down onto the curb there, and obviously they all got together. It seemed like just ripped the nose off. That's really all the damage there was, but
yeah, that's a tough spot, right? I mean, you see this curb, this white and red curb on the inside. That thing is like 10 inches tall. And it's pretty steep. It's not like you can just, you see us around on the apron sometimes to kind of de-wedge the car to make it turn. You can't touch that thing. It's going to ship you off of it. So in that scenario with the 15 and Poole, right, she kind of held him pretty tight. He's against the curb. He's going to bounce off the curb and kind of get into you. So as the outside car, you have to really, it's just one of those things where it gets really tight on the exit of these corners, and you have to be aware of where everyone's at all times. But that curb is treacherous.
Caution's out. Hailie Deegan. Just as we said, we've not had a caution for incident. We get one. 4th yellow of the day. And that's Deegan in the 15, the Dale Earnhardt throwback.
That's a major left rear tire explosion. You got to assume that that didn't just blow out on its own.
Careful with it.
That's blown the whole quarter panel off that car.
Quarter panel's already ripped off of it, so just easy here.
Also lost the fuel probe. That's that green piece you see hanging out. Now kind of dropping down. I wonder what happened here.
Well, it seemed like before she got into the corner there, it
blew out on her. Nice job keeping it off the wall for Hailie.
You got to think that, either she ran over something or had contact.
Yeah, tire rub of some sort or some contact for sure, Joey. We just typically don't see left rear tire failures in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Sometimes in the Cup Series you see it, but almost never in this series.
It's already started. A lot of damage for Hailie Deegan in the 15. You see that left front just tore all off that car. She was down the inside wall.
Tough break for Hailie. Had never seen Dover before this weekend, and coming off a career best finish, 12th last Saturday at Talladega.
Well, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that left front fender is very important here for downforce.
Weatherman already turned at the start-finish line with Hailie Deegan right behind him. Maybe a push gone wrong there in the dog leg.
Hard to say. A lot of contact to the 91.
Not sure how all this went. Oh, we see contact with Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon Creed is rolling through there, hitting the grass.
Hailie just an innocent bystander. I spoke too soon there.
To say exactly how that started.
Yeah, like I was going to say, you have cars back here that there was wave arounds